dude, there's already a good vibe in the PMP universe this Wednesday night for our night flight. I can just feel the energy. It's crackling out there, man. It's crackling. So great to see everybody. How are you? And you and you and you. What's up, Soccer Bull? What's up, Dom, Leah Phillips, Scarlet Fire, Corinne, Candlestick Kid, Ray Goodman, Rags, on and on and on it goes. Hey, Tony, it's a night flight. You know how we do it. There's going to be some sweet sound coming down on the night flight. On the night flight, yeah, you got another home. Shout out to the night shift, though. I'm going to redo that one tonight, Tony, as the night flight. Gonna be some sweet sounds coming down on my night flight. Dude, how are you, Big T?
I'm great, man. You also talked about, can you like the feeling the energy? It made me think of the Jackson 5. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? I don't know if you go deep with the Jackson 5, dude, but I did as a kid. And the making of the video Thriller, that song was used as part of the making, because the video Thriller had me. I was locked in on Thriller. And Zola Butt, no, what's her name? Zola Ray. Ola Ray was the name of the girl.
She had those acid wash jeans on. They're going to the horror film. Yeah, everybody was checking her out. We all looked at her. We all had a crush on her. By the way, you're talking about feeling it. For anybody feeling anything on a Wednesday night flight, I want to shout out the Grateful Dead, Tony, because I feel like a stranger. You got me? Yeah. Feel like a freaking stranger. And I'm looking forward to seeing that one in Golden Gate Park in just a couple of days. I'm starting to feel it, dude. I'm starting to feel it. I got tie-dye buses driving through San Francisco. They're renaming the block of Ashbury where the Grateful Dead house is. They are officially renaming it Jerry Garcia Street. Did you hear about that?
No, dude.
Yeah.
Come on, man. That's incredible. By the way, Patty from Napa, out of the gates, strong.
Right out of the gate, big. Where's the Biscuit Lady? Do you still have access to the Biscuit Lady?
I got to dig it up, but I will get Biscuit Lady. I promise. I will promise Biscuit Lady. I'm making a note right now before the night is done. We will be enjoying the Biscuit Lady before the end of the show.
Hey, and Patty, just so you know, I'll get in touch with you, or we'll get on that group text thing, whatever. We'll figure out Saturday. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just a quick message to anybody going to the Dead shows this weekend. I'm going to be, thanks to Neil from Longbridge Pizza, he gifted me a pass for the weekend. So freaking generous of him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go night one with my buddy Drutzy. Shout out David Drutz. By the way, sales manager at KMBR, Tony, he's no good. Let's blow him out too. He's horrible. Everybody hated him. Anyway, me and Drutzy, we're going to go to night one. So what I'll do is I'll scout it out. I'll look for a good like spot where we can all meet. Because, Tony, I'm expecting utter chaos in the park. I'm expecting complete mayhem in there. Like you can't corral 70,000 deadheads on a Friday night. It can't be done. I've seen it. You can try, but it's not going to work.
Dude, I played 9 holes of golf at the shout out the Tahoe City Golf Course today with my dad and my son Dom, my uncle Dave, and my cousin's son Marco. And
Marco, bro, shout out Marco the kid. We need more Marcos. Yeah.
There's Marco and Joey and Frankie. Those are and Frankie's girl. Frankie's the girl.
I think I need to meet these kids. Joey, Frankie, Marco. I love this, dude. It's like a little mafia crew we got going. Yeah, where's Joey? He's with Marco. Oh, you know what I mean?
Hey, has anybody seen Frankie? Where's Frankie?
Yeah. Where's Angelo? You know what I mean? Where's Sal? Somebody get me Sal. Hey, cheers to Marco, bro, and cheers to your night flight, by the way. Cheers, everybody.
Night flight, buddy. Cheers. This is a nice martini made by my wife Megan. So cheers to Megan. Cheers to you, Paulie. Cheers to the PMP Familia. And Paulie, I wanted to say that the discussion on the golf course was about the mayhem that's going to ensue at Golden Gate Park, because of course you're going to be able to keep people out of the actual venue. But all of the people in the rest of the park that don't have tickets, that are just coming for the mayhem. Because I noticed on a map, I saw this interactive map that Shakedown Street is going to be like a 10-minute walk from the actual venue, like further up the park. So
that's what they think. That's what they think, though. It sprouts up wherever it sprouts up. You can't. That's what I'm saying. You can't control it. Don't try to. That's why they used to say. Jerry Garcia said this a long time ago. He's like, they were like, "Are you the leader of the Grateful Dead?" And he's like, "Are you kidding me?" He's like, "We can't. There's no leaders here. We can't lead anybody." But if you've ever been to a Dead show, you know what's going on. And the fact that they're playing at Golden Gate Park, I'm very excited. And so
it's going to be mayhem.
Yeah, so I'm starting to feel that, Tony. Also, the Giants are utter horse s across the board. I have so many I have a lot of angry commentary tonight I want to get to, and I will. Scarlet Fire, look at you. You ain't kidding. You ain't kidding. That lyric from Scarlet Begonias has Yeah, actually, no, that's Franklin's Tower. That's Franklin's Tower. But that lyric has come in handy a couple of times. Tony, you get a little too electrified at a show. You start to get a little wacky, like, what's going on here? And then you hear that lyric. If you get confused, listen to the music play. Thank you, Jerry. Yes, I would. Yes,
let the music be your guide, man. It goes back to sports or music. It goes back to that conversation, man. Let the music be your guide, and it adds to every single thing in life, man. So I love that, Scarlet Fire. Thank you for the super. Paulie, we do have to talk about the Giants. I mean, it's our duty. It is our duty, even though I don't want to, even though I don't think there's anything to talk about, really. I mean, I'd rather talk about pop music.
Nice, dude. East Side, London, New York, Paris, Munich. Everybody talk about pop music. Talk about pop music. Talk about. How about that guy just barking out orders? Talk about, dude. Pop music. Talk about. It's hitting me right now. You guys down? You guys down? A little pop music? Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Scarlet Fire, for the super, and thank you everybody for the supers. And Patty, you were right out of the gates. But we can honor our sponsors too, because we want to give them love as well. Dude, by the way, speaking of our sponsors, Neil Donardi from Longbridge Pizza sending me great shots of him and his boy from Santa Cruz on the roller coaster at Santa Cruz, and he's wearing
Giant Dipper for life. Love this, my favorite roller coaster. Still does it, man.
Wearing the PMP t-shirt, and dude, it was him and his boy Joey on the roller coaster in Santa Cruz. It's a great shot. And then also he sent a sunset picture where he's got a cocktail and he said he's ready for the night flight. So Neil's tuning in. So that could maybe we can catapult right into Longbridge Pizza if you'd like to, Paulie.
I agree 100%. Let's get right to Longbridge. And also kind of looking ahead a few minutes, we do have Jeff Faust of the Freestone Peaches joining us tonight. Bass player of the band, friend of mine. I'll be doing some gigging with those guys in about a month or two. We'll talk to Jeff in a little bit because they're gigging this weekend too. Tony, I'm just throwing this out here early. Shout out Rush, distant early warning, dude. Distant early warning coming your way. You're already getting a little fuzzy. You're starting to get a little fuzzy on the reception. I'm just throwing it out there. If you have to abandon ship, come back. That's all. Just jump out and jump back in if you have to later. Yeah.
You got it. But if you're going to quote my favorite Rush song of all time, then you can't just let that slide in, not expecting to like acknowledge the greatness of that song.
I want to do something on your behalf. A couple of weeks ago when the Giants were up before the season went to hell in a handbasket, they were up in Toronto, and the music assignment that day was give me your Canadian music, Canadian bands, Canadian artists, and you missed that show. That was a day Dom sat in. So, and Low Steve, what's up, Low Steve? So yeah, Xanadu, Fly By Night, Doug in Japan, Fly By Night. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, dude. Rush, we're getting a lot of Rush enthusiasts out there. Makes me happy. But Tony, we added your musical contribution that week after the show. You texted me and were like, dude, don't forget about me. Throw Distant Early Warning on there. So I actually did that. I added that to the PMP playlist 25. Yeah.
What am I to do? It sometimes drives me crazy, but I worry about you. I can't
Yeah, dude. Cheers to Rush always, man.
Oh man, dude, you're not kidding, man. But cheers to Longbridge Pizza as well.
Okay. Yeah.
And Paulie, I just want to say right out of the gates that Longbridge Pizza is going to be hosting a killer. They're going to be at Old Factory in the Dog Patch for. They're going to be pouring beers and making pizzas at. It's called Shakedown on 3rd Street, and it's happening tomorrow night on 3rd Street with the organization called Bring Out Your Dead. And so it's called Shakedown on 3rd Street, right down the street from Longbridge Pizza. Neil will be there. They'll be making pizzas. They'll be pouring beers at Old Factory Brewing, right there at the bar called Old Factory, which is 2245 3rd Street. Okay.
By the way, Tony, just if you could just glance at the text line, dude. We're just getting Rush song titles now all over the place. 2112, By Tour and the Snow Dog, Xanadu. I love this, dude. Just keep them coming. Keep them coming. No love for Tom Sawyer tonight. What's going on? Shout out Natural Science. You know what I mean? Shout out the trees. I'll go all freaking night on it if you want me to.
I love the trees. But let me get here. This is for Longbridge. If you can see that, if it's popping up now, there it is right there. So, Paulie, this is the Shakedown on 3rd Street, Old Factory, and Bring Out Your Dead present just to get the hype machine revved up for the Dead Company shows this weekend. Longbridge Pizza will be there. Old Factory, get a great cocktail or beer at Old Factory, and go support Bring Out Your Dead. Shakedown on 3rd Street tomorrow night, 2245 3rd Street, because Longbridge is 2347 3rd Street. This is 2245 3rd Street, Paulie.
Hey, outstanding way to spend a Thursday evening. Karen Bell, you love the trees. So do I. That's my favorite Rush song, by the way. YYZ too. Yup, that's right, Folsom Steve. Okay, Longbridge Pizza. When you're down there tomorrow night, of course, you know the way to San Jose. You also know the way to Longbridge Pizza. You get on in there, grab one of these burgers, grab yourself a sourdough pizza, grab yourself a Polymac particle pizza, grab yourself, Tony, a gluten-free option if that's is something you need or require. Grab yourself a vegetarian. Grab one of those kale pizzas Tony was showing us the other day. That thing looked damn good. Shout out to the kale pizza. Shout out to Neil Denardi's consideration for everybody standing in the dietary community. You're a carnivore? Great. Get a Polymac pie with the sausage and onion. You're a creative Tony type and only eats like bark and wheat paste and stuff? That's fine too. You go ahead and get a veggie pie. Gluten-free, they'll take care of you. Large groups can be seated in the back where all those TVs are. Hold on. What do we got? The kale pizza? Yeah, show it to me, buddy.
Look at the kale. There's the kale pizza. Look at that. Oh yeah. The lemon. Don't sleep on the fresh squeezed lemon, Paulie. Don't sleep on that either, buddy.
I could eat the whole thing right now. At least half. Just fold it up and eat it like a calzone. Anyway, they're doing it right. As you can see down at Longbridge, they're doing it right. 2347 3rd Street. Bring out your dead tomorrow night for the 3rd Street Shakedown Party. Definitely stop by Longbridge. Give Neil Denardi a fist pump. Oh, if he's in Santa Cruz, give Andre or Steven a fist pump. Those guys are awesome too. Okay, Tony, into the guts of the show. Oh, and the Vibe Tribe. Make sure you join the Vibe Tribe when you're down there. The laid back vibe, the serious pizza. There's nothing like it. It's my home away from home now. Thank you, Neil, for everything you do for the show. Creative Tony, since we do have a guest tonight, let's dive right in to the misery of being a Giants fan in July of 2025. It's unlike anything I've seen in recent history. Let's do some numbers. I'm going to start with some numbers. The Giants are now under 500. Their record is 54-55. After today's debacle, that is their 8th straight loss at home. You understand what I'm saying? 8 straight L's on their own field, 6 straight losses overall. You want more numbers? Great. I got more. Here's another stat for you, Tony. Your guy Devers, since he's come to town with his penchant for dribbling grounders to second and striking out. Oh, dude, and that at bat in the 9th last night, dude, that pitch he swung on. Are you kidding me? Bro, your friend's son Marco wouldn't have swung at that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that, he's on his knees swinging at that. Marco has better plate discipline than Devers. I'm saying I can't wait to meet Marco, by the way.
Yeah.
I really did look forward to it. By the way, so Devers, since he's come to San Francisco, the Giants are 13-24.
Yep,
13-25. Bro, it's I think I hate to say this, man, and I don't want to forget about last night's game. That was one of the I'm not sure where to begin. I don't know if I want to talk about Ramos and the infield fly rule mishap. Did you see that? I was just talking about that yesterday. The fact that the Giants are clueless on the base paths. They don't know, they apparently don't know the rules of the game.
Nope.
Can you explain the infield fly rule? Explain it to everybody just so they know, because clearly Ramos doesn't, and he's a pro.
Runners on first and second or bases loaded with less than 2 outs. And if it's a pop fly hit and the umpires think it's a routine or catchable pop fly, they will call infield fly, batters out. Now, I'm not necessarily a big fan of the infield fly because somebody can drop a pop fly at any time.
It does happen. I agree.
They take their eyes off the ball for 1 second. They drop it. Who knows, right? But I'm just saying that's the infield fly rule. Ramos, you got to know the rule, dude. I mean, it's like you're a professional.
You're a pro. Yeah, you're a pro.
And look at Candlestick Kid for the Super. he's the Super.
Hey, Candlestick Kid, I'm sorry. We got to talk some Giants, man. We're all Giant fans here, and we ride. But you got the F the Dodgers image on your profile there, bro. Just bear with us. We'll get off them soon, but I got to get a few more things off my chest.
Me too, Paulie. I got to say, the last 2 Devers at bat last night and Chapman's at bat were just awful. Awful.
Unwatchable, yeah.
And also, the Giants are 2-10 since the All-Star break, Paulie. And also, dude, the 8th inning and the 10th inning, you had Yaz lay down a great bunt, right? And then today, a great bunt for a single. Then you had Bailey bunt, and then you had Ramos ground out, and you had Devers fly out. Nothing happening. Then in the 10th, dude, Ryan Walker, comebacker, and he doesn't throw. O'Neal Cruz is way off the bag. He doesn't run him down and get him out, the lead runner. He says he ignores him and turns and tries to turn 2 at second. Runner safe at second. Cruz scores. That's it. That's the difference in the ball game, dude.
Actually, again, if you go back to last night for a second, this came on a night where Verlander actually pitched pretty well. He went 5 innings. He gave up the 1 run. Like, he has been pitching better. And now you're starting to see his name pop up. Like, he might get dealt by tomorrow if there's another team out there who might be interested in his services going down the stretch, because he is starting to pitch a little bit better.
And Logan Webb, dude, a good outing by Logan Webb. You had Verlander, good outing, and then a good outing by Webb today. 5 innings, 11 Ks in 5 innings, and you lose the ball game. 5 2/3 innings, 11 Ks, and you lose the ball game. What the hell, dude? Can you give me a what the hell?
I thought you'd never ask, brother. I thought you'd never ask.
What the hell? What the hell?
Charles Grodin. Yeah.
Remember, I have a surprise for you. Can you stand by real quick? Just hold down for just 1 second. Just
go ahead. And while he's gone, I want to throw something else out there. More misery. Go ahead, T, for the Giant fans. Did you guys also catch this? I'm sure you did, but it's just more salt in the wound. The go-ahead RBI single in the 8th. Dude, what the hell?
Yeah. What's up? Max Particles people, what's happening?
Oh my God, you just blew my doors off. I thought he was going to get like a t-shirt or something like that. All of a sudden, bam, I got Brooksie. What's up?
Know he was going to get your boy.
Hey, Brooksie. Hey, we drink on the night flight, so cheers to you, RB. Good to see you, man.
I can't find it. Hold on. Give me something. Give me something.
RB, bro.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. We're doing our weekly night flight. I can see. I can surmise that you're up in Tahoe, resting and relaxing. Are you off the whole week, Brooksie? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We gave you a little quality hang on Monday. We had something taped with my man Robert Ford, Astros play-by-play guy, but we didn't talk Astros because, well, y'all don't want to hear about a winning baseball team around these parts. But hey, listen, his dad was, he was a writer for Billboard magazine, and he was the first journalist in the country to introduce people to rap. Like, he would go to disco clubs and he would hear, like, in the streets in the Bronx, they were playing disco songs and they were getting the crowd moving, and guys were rapping over that. Like, his dad, Robert Ford Jr., or Robert Ford, the play-by-play guy for the Astros that I know, his dad was the first to introduce the country to hip-hop from a print journalism standpoint. And not only was he an executive for Def Jam when they first started, he discovered Curtis Blow.
Nice.
He wrote the breaks. He wrote Christmas rapping. Salute.
Yeah, cheers, Brooksie. Cheers, man.
Nation. What's up, baby? We love you guys.
We're drinking the same brand too. We each got the Pacifico going, like gentlemen, dude. It's like gentlemen.
We're classy around this part.
So, Brooksie, that's amazing, dude. I've never heard of this guy, but that's some great stuff, dude. Being there, like,
and on Friday, we're going to drop my man Greg Renoff, who wrote Van Halen Rising, a backyard party band from Southern California, became the biggest band in the world. I had a real good conversation with him, so we're going to drop that on Friday. So, yeah, we're on vacation, but we still give you a little something.
I got to tell you real quick, dude, I know exactly who Greg Renoff is. I've read that book. It's an amazing book. I was thinking about reaching out to him, too. You should put a bug in his ear, be like, hey, bro, when you're done with me, head on over to Paulie Max, because I want to talk to that guy. He seems really cool, and he studies Van Halen like the Pope studies the Bible. You know what I mean?
And it was funny, like, because I just nerded out Van Halen with him, but I didn't feel bad about it because I was talking to a fellow Van Halen nerd. So I was like, I was in the pocket.
Yeah. You know, Brooksie, I want to quote you, man, and I'm going to let you go because I want you to enjoy your vacation. But you said this one thing that was so cool. I'll never forget this, and I've quoted you many times since. So you and me and Tony were at the last Bay Area Van Halen show ever played at the Shoreline Amphitheater. It was 2015, had great seats. The set list was killer. There's a lot of deep cuts in the show. And before the show started, we were rapping, and you were talking about, like, what an amazing opportunity it is to just get to watch Eddie Van Halen play his instrument live in front of a crowd. And we didn't know he was sick at the time. Like, nobody knew how that he was fighting cancer. So I thought we'd probably have another chance to see him. Turned out we didn't. But you said before the show, you were like, you know, getting a chance to see this guy, it's a special opportunity. And it was like a Wednesday night, and it was hard to get down there because I had a show the next morning. But you were like, you know, think about it like this, you know, centuries ago when Beethoven was playing, there would be people up the street saying, like, hey, you know, Beethoven's playing tonight. We should probably go check that out. And the fact that, like, you compared Eddie to Beethoven always stuck in my head. And I just love that thought. I love that idea, Brooksie.
So I'm glad you mentioned that because I found that video. Remember, I took cell phone video when he did his solo, when he did the Eruption solo. And remember, I said to you, I don't take cell phone videos at concerts because that's just not my thing. That's not how I get down. But something said to me, yo, man, you need to take a video of this because this might be the last time you see Van Halen. Not that I thought that Eddie was sick or he would no longer be with us, but it was Van Halen. It was already a tenuous thing to begin with. So a third tour with Dave was not promised. So something said, hey, man, take this video. So if I'm not mistaken, it was on July 16th,
correct,
of 2015. It was definitely 10 years ago, but it was July of 2015. And I took that video. In my conversation with Greg, I found that phone. I was able to get that video from my phone to my computer, and I showed it to Greg. And actually, I mentioned you because at the end of the solo, you can clearly hear you saying, "Holy!" Can I cuss?
Yeah. Go ahead.
You could clearly hear you at the end of Eddie Van Halen's solo going, "Holy shit!"
That's kind of the reaction, jaws hitting the floor, man. Dunk. You know what I mean? Like he had that kind of effect. He was an incredible player to watch. Incredible. Hey, Brooksie, I freaking love you, dude. Love you. Hey, have a great chat with Renoff, dude. I'll be watching on Friday. I'm all over that.
Yeah. Tell him your idea. Oh, hey, listen. And you know, I have been on your ass and Tony's ass.
Yeah.
To get us to play together.
Yeah.
Tony plays the bass, I play the drums, you play guitar, and you sing. Okay.
Yeah.
I saw the video you did a few days ago, memorializing Ozzy.
Yeah.
But here's what we're gonna do. Okay.
Lay it on me, man. Yeah.
I'm gonna throw this out here. Okay. We need to have a Quality Hang and a Polymax Particles live jam. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
And we need to do that at Hot Monk, whether it's in Sonoma, Sebastopol, or in Nevada.
You have that account. Yes.
Coming together of not just the Polymac Particles crew, the Quality Hang folks, the Quality Hangers. We need to get John Lund, his folks in the mix. We need to get Tolbert's people in the mix. Amy G. We need to get Jeremy Affeld's folks in the mix. We need to sometime before football season or during football season, we all need to come together. We need to play. We need to invite the folks from the Freestone Peaches. We need to invite Shannon from his group. We need to get everybody there, and we need to blow the roof off the spot because nobody else is doing this. Okay, and I'm not going to mention it, but other outlets, they're not capable of doing what we can do. We need to come together, have a big jam, have a big hang, play, talk sports, have a great time, play some music, turn the spot out. And we need to show how we do it on our shows and on the Bay Area Sports Collective. We need to do it. And listen,
I'm in. All I need is a date.
We need to do it.
Okay. All I need is a date, Brooksie. Give me a date. Okay. It's done. It's done.
Okay. Yep. All right. Live jam, baby. It's coming together. We're doing it.
I will be there, Brooksie. Have a great night, brother. I love you, man.
I love you, man. Great show. Have a great show. All right, I'm out.
Thank you, Ryan. Dude, that was a surprise. Karen Bell, dude, wow. Tony, you really that caught me beyond off guard. I thought you were going to get like a prop, like a T-shirt or something like that. Dude, the supers are pouring in too. You're going to have to address these guys. Go ahead, T.
Love that man. I just love that. My love runs so deep for that man. And when I saw him on the beach yesterday, I said, Brooksie, we're getting you over to the cabin and you're coming on the show. I said, we're not going to tell Paulie. And dude, and his idea is great because we're going to have a jam. We're going to do one set and then we're going to have a show. Like we're going to do a podcast show and then we'll do a second set of music. So it's going to be a wonderful night.
Brooksie, I'll say this again. All I need is a date. Give me a date. I'll put it on my calendar. It's done. I'll be there. That's all. Very simple. Very simple. Let's give our love to the supers, T, real quick.
Here's Karen Bell. She just says yes with triple exclams. You know who would appreciate those exclamation marks? Elaine Bennis from Seinfeld, because she was an exclamation mark like judge. Remember when she was very upset about the exclamation marks not used in the messaging that from a voicemail? Also, we got thank you, Karen Bell, for the super. Stevie B's a super. He says Brooksie has me ready to run through a brick wall.
He has that effect, Stevie B. He's ready. He locks eyes on you like that. He's like, "We're playing. I'm like, "I'm there, bro. I'm there. I'll be there." Thank you, Stevie B, and thank you, Karen Bell, so much, you guys. Hey, we're only speaking of musicians. We're only a couple of minutes away from Jeff Faust joining us. So before we hold on, here comes Leah Phillips and Noemi. They're coming fast and furious. Tony, take care of our people.
Hold on. She says, "What's your band's name?" That's a hell of a topic, man. So, you know what's funny, Paulie? While we were starting the show, outside we have a fire pit, and Rod and his wife Sarah were sitting at the fire pit with my wife Megan and my parents, and we were all talking about how we used to barbecue hamburgers on a shovel at the fire pit when Paulie and I.
Don't forget the steaks as well.
Steaks.
And the shovel, somewhere I have photos of that somewhere. And by the way, the shovel was wrapped in foil. Yes. For sanitary purposes. Like we didn't want to get the dirt on the steak. So we wrapped the shovel, and it was like a 7-footer. We just had it like in the fire cooking steaks, dude. It was insane. At like 2 a.m, by the way. Yeah.
So my dad, I think it was my dad, suggested, how about meat on a shovel for the band name? So you could have meat on a shovel for a band name. I have no idea what the band name would be, but that was literally being discussed before we started the show. So there's many options, or it could just be called the shovel. How about just the shovel? I don't know. And then you got the quality hang in the PNP Familia. We'll figure it out. And then Noemi is thank you, Leah, for the super, by the way, much love. And Noemi, she says, make way for quality particles unleashed.
Ooh, not bad. And also shout out if we're talking unleashed, shout out Judas Priest, Unleashed in the East. I'll quote that if I have to. Patty from Napa's checking in. She's going to play some tambourine. You got it. Play some tambourine. Get her up there, T. Give Patty some love.
Also, Ray Goodman, too. Noemi's better half, Ray Goodman, all played cowbell. Nice.
Yeah, bring your guitar, too, man. We'll get a whole thing going for sure.
Sure. Bring your guitar and take me to school, man. Seriously, I can't wait to see Ray play. I missed it.
Dude, rocking new era coming strong, though, with the Seinfeld reference. How about the name of our band? The Moops. The Moops. Don't you mean the Moors? No, so sorry. It says Moops. Yeah, dude, the Moops. Okay, the Moops. Not bad. I got you, man. Patty from Napa play tambourine, hearts to Rod. Same here. I'll play tambourine with you and big hearts to Rod. Tony, final Giants comments real quick. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I was going to say, because we're about to jump off him and get into Jeff Faust, but I was going to say, for extra pain and suffering and extra salt and vinegar in the wound, how about the fact that it was Joey Bart who hit the go-ahead, ultimately game-winning single last night? You know what I mean? Joey Bart, of all people, to stick it in our face. Tyler Rogers got traded. It's a lot going on, bro. A lot has happened in the last 24 hours. And they're also saying Yastrzemski could get dealt by tomorrow. He might have played his last game as a Giant today. We'll see.
That would bum me out, although his performance has been lackluster. But Tyler Rogers, seeing him go is a major bummer, dude, because first of all, I think he's a really good dude. And also, man, he was having a hell of a season, and it just sucks. And Matt Chapman said, I saw his quote. He says, you know what? We did this. We made this happen. Getting Tyler Rogers dealt is on us because of the way we're playing baseball. And I was like, damn, dude, at least he's owning it. But still, man, the brand of baseball, dude, you get a great outing from Verlander yesterday, loss. You get a great outing from Webb today, loss. You get a great outing from Robbie Ray the other day, loss. It's like that can't happen. And Devers, man, I don't know what's going on, but he doesn't, like you said yesterday, Paulie, he doesn't seem, I don't know. It doesn't. It's just it's a weird vibe. I don't know.
He's disconnected. He's almost like disconnected from the moment. Like he's very like whatever. I don't know. There's like a whatever vibe coming off him, and I don't like it, dude. And he's gonna be here for like 100 years. You know what I mean? We're gonna have to get this guy going at some point. Okay, Tony, real quick.
Real quick before we get Jeff House on the show, we're gonna give love to Dom Peralta and Peralta Arts Company. Paulie, I just want to reiterate. 13-24 since they got Devers. Oh. And now I promise you that Buster Posey is pulling his hair out saying, you've got to be kidding me that we went and got this guy and we are playing the worst type of baseball that we could possibly play. And it's the same type of baseball they were playing this time last year. And it's like, it's just, hold on a second. We got Robot Centaur. Both Rogers bros were traded today. Oh, wow.
Yeah. And by the way, and Anthony, our old pal Anthony Slater's a New York Yankee now, too. How about that? He's going to the Bronx. I dig
I love that you said Anthony. Austin Slater. I love that you said
Anthony Slater. I'm sorry about Austin Slater. That's my guy. I love Austin Slater. He was always really cool with the Murph and Mac show. We always had a great vibe with him. I wish him well in New York. Hey, great picture of Robot Centaur with the umlauts, by the way. Just look at the look on his grill with the eyes popping out. Fantastic. I think there was another one. Did I see somebody? Yep. Yeah, Eric Cat Dev. Big time, bro. Big time. Oh, that's the other thing.
Go.
Okay, sorry. So I know we're trying to cram a lot into a short amount of time.
Go.
We have our ticket information ready to spring on you guys for the Cubs game on August 26th. If we don't get to it tonight, we will, or maybe we should end the show with that. Just make sure we do that before the end of the show.
I have it written down, Paulie. And August 26th, and all the information we'll get to at the end of the show before we give the. By the way, I just got a text that my kids just saw a bat. A bear. Excuse me, a bear. So the kids just saw a bear. Bear just cruised by our cabin. There it is, Tahoe live for you. Bears cruising behind the show.
Shout out to more Grateful Dead references. Shout out to Owsley Stanley, the Bear, Tony, known as the Bear. Shout out Bear's Choice, the great Grateful Dead record. Hey, I want to talk about Peralta Arts real quick before you do that, Paulie. Before you do that, Stevie B is a super. Check it in. He says last time Giants lost 6 straight homestand was 1896 against the Boston Bean Eaters. Historic ineptitude, team wide. But I'm done with Bull Mel. God, it's really hard to think about, but yeah. I think it feels like they're tuning him out. It happens. Like managers lose the club sometimes. And I saw him say something last night in the post game. It really, because we all like Bob Melvin. He's a Giant, man. But last night after the game, he was asked about the Ramos blunder getting thrown out on that infield fly rule where he was just wandering around on the base paths, and he kind of defended him. And I was like, you can't defend that. He's like, no, I know. This is what he said. He said something like, I know he tries really hard and he really cares. He really cares. I don't care if he cares. He's a professional, dude. You have to know the rules. So even that comment kind of bummed me out. Maybe Bob Melvin is losing his grip a little bit on this club, and we can talk a lot more about that tomorrow. But first, Tony, Peralta Arts and Company, and then we'll bring Jeff Faust in because I know he's probably waiting. Okay. Let's all meet Peralta Arts Company. This is our great friend, Dom Peralta, who does so much behind the scenes. You guys probably wouldn't believe it, actually, how much work this guy does on behalf of the PMP show. Dom, thanks for everything. And let me tell you a little bit about Peralta Arts and Company. It's where graphic design, illustration, music, and pop culture all collide. Tony, Peralta Arts is a full spectrum creative studio specializing in bold graphics, vibrant illustration, and visual storytelling, carrying forward the spirit of legendary Bay Area artists, man. Think striking posters, iconic album covers, immersive event branding, and a very unique artistic perspective. I can definitely vouch to that. They channel pop culture, music, and the energy within our community into every project, and that would include logos, posters, fine art, brand visuals that celebrate a Bay Area culture. And Tony, go ahead. Tell them about the update with the Metallica edition. It's pretty cool. Well, dude, he made a phenomenal poster for the Metallica show in the PMP hang. And I also wanted to show his artwork of Peralta Arts and Company, because he says your story deserves bold visuals. Peralta Arts and Company brings them alive with Bay Area soul. Contact Peralta Arts and bring your vision to life. Seriously, bring your vision to life. And if you let me share the screen for a second, Paulie, you won't regret it. As we say with Mike Damone, you won't regret it. Just to share some of the artwork. We've shown you Ray Goodman's logo, which Dom made for him. There's Dwayne Kuiper. We've got Chris Cornell. We've got Steven Tyler. We've got Jimi Hendrix. I mean, dude, and I know for a fact, and there's Rod Brooks, Quality Hangs. Guess who made the logo for Rod Brooks's Quality Hang? Dom Peralta. There's Prince. And I know that Dom, look at Willie Mays, by the way. I haven't seen the Willie Mays one. That's a new one for me. But I know that Dom Peralta is working on an Aussie one as well. And I cannot wait for that. So if you want somebody that is going to pour their heart and soul into your project or your desires, it's Dom Peralta. It's without a question, it's Dom Peralta. You can contact Dom, Peralta Arts Co at gmail.com, Peralta Arts Co at gmail.com, or Dominic at stellar.design, or you can call him or text him at any time. And I'm not going to encourage this, but Dom is like me. He's a night owl. So, hey, call or text him literally anytime. 650-796-3144. 650-796-3144. Dude, I'm getting into speaking of being night owls, and I want to bring Jeff Faust in 10 seconds, but like I'm in this horrible habit now, Tony, especially after night flight shows, because we get off the air like in the 9 o'clock hour. Dude, I'm up late on Wednesdays, dude. I'm up like 1, 2 in the morning. I'm not even exaggerating, bro. Walking around the house, eating cereal. You know what I mean? I'm watching Rescue Me on Hulu with Dennis Leary. I just get like a second wind. I'm the same way, bro. I'm a night owl. It's just the way I'm wired, especially now that I'm not doing mornings anymore. Okay.
Oh, maybe that's the band name, the Night Owls, dude. I don't know if they're.
I
Does that
saw
exist?
somebody else put something up that said this is a pretty good one. This is a minute ago, but somebody put up there hanging particles.
That's great. That's great. I love that.
Hanging
Particles is fantastic. Yes, that's fantastic. I love
Hey,
it.
we're going to hang some particles, Tony. We're also going to hang some peaches, as in Freestone effing Peaches, man. The great Allman Brothers tribute band of Northern California. These guys gig all the time. They're out freaking standing. If you like the Allman Brothers, it's about as close to reliving that experience as you can get when you go see the Freestone Peaches. So let's bring them in. A good friend of ours on the Polymac Particle show and community. Yeah, my man.
Yes.
Jeff Faust joining us.
What's up, guys? Good to see you. Hey, Tony. Hey, Paulie. Thanks for having me on again.
Cheers, Jeff. Good to see you, man. Glad that you have a nice cold beer in your hand, too.
Absolutely. Hey, it's Wednesday for flight, right?
Oh, yeah. Night flight, dude. Time for some hijinks. And Jeff, I want to get into your gig this weekend. But Jeff, hey, I should tell everybody, man, Jeff and a bunch of the guys in the Freestone Peaches, they're big Bay Area sports fans like we are. In fact, I went to a Warrior game with Jeff a couple of months ago. Yeah, dude, night. I can't bring it back, dude. Anything to make this Giants misery stop, bro. Are you still watching the Giants, Jeff?
Unfortunately, I am. Yeah, it's been utter misery, but I'm in it in the long haul. I'll keep watching. I got to see what happens. But yeah, it's kind of frustrating what's going on. I had to bring some Warrior love to them, so I had to wear this. So,
do you think that Bob Melvin is maybe? I mean, we're starting to hear rumblings about Bob Melvin. Maybe he's lost the club a little bit. I mean, I think there might be some truth to that, bro.
I think so for sure. I mean, Devers not performing. You sort of think it's got to be at the top. It's just all the way across the board. It's hard to imagine the record since he's come on board. And even with the roster, you look on paper, it should be a really good performing team. It's just frustrating. And every team goes through skids, but this is just unusual. Nothing I've seen in a while. So
no, and also Tony, I want to congratulate Jeff because Jeff has just gone through he's recently moved. He's in a new place, a new location now, and I see the backdrop looks beautiful. Congratulations, man! You all settled in up there? You feeling good?
We are settled in here. Yep. My day consists of fishing and working and playing music. So yeah, it's pretty good deal. I do lots of fishing. It's a lot of fun. But before we get started, if we go too far, I got to say shout out to Rod Brooks, man, my man. I love that man. So I agree with you, Tony. He's one of my favorites. We've had a few quality hangs, and he is one good dude. I'm fortunate enough to have gotten to know him, and I just feel like I'm a better person because of it. So I want to give a shout out to Rod. I can't wait. I hope the Peaches are around. We'd love to join you guys, and it sounds like a hell of a lot of fun. So we're definitely in that one.
Oh, dude, absolutely. We got to have you involved. Whenever that happens at the Hot Monk, we got to have you involved, Jeff. And Jeff, dude, first of all, from one bass player to the next, thank you for providing the bottom of the Allman Brothers music, which is no small feat. I mean, it is. I watch, and I like to go whenever I see the Freestone Peaches. I'm one of those guys who I like to go up Jeff's side or Faust side.
Yeah, Faust side, dude. Meet me on Faust side. I love that. You got the Phil zone and we got the Faust zone, bro. The Faust zone. Yeah.
I saw what do your PMP Army put as Bochi would say, Fausty. Let's get Fausty up here.
Where's somebody bring in Fausty? Go ahead and bring the
PMP Army too. I got to shout out to your PMP Army. You got an amazing fan base. I'm also a fan of the show. I enjoy watching the chat as much as I enjoy listening to y'all. Just nothing but positive vibes. I mean, it's such a cool thing. I kind of wondered why you named your show Polymax Particles at first, but the more I watch and become a fan, I get it. I mean, it really is interesting. And so I'm a fan too. And Tony, we absolutely play It's Not My Cross to Bear. Hell yes, we play that song. I mean, that is one of the more legendary blues tunes. It's got actually one of the more famous screams in rock and roll.
Dude,
they kind of dropped that in later areas, but Bergie, our singer Jefferson Bergie, you've heard me say before, vocals I think is one of our secret weapon. Paulie, you help us with that. I mean, Justin Wooster comes and sits in too. That really is our secret weapon. And boy, Bergie belts out that scream, and it's not my cross to bear when it starts. It is really, really cool. So I appreciate the shout out to that song. It's one of my favorites too. And for you, we will try to play it this weekend. So we'll chat about the show.
You know what? That's perfect segue. So this is the deal. So this weekend, obviously, there's a lot going on in the Bay Area with the Dead shows happening in Golden Gate Park. I'm one of the people that will be at the Dead show, so I'm not going to be able to see the Freestone Peaches this weekend. But this is important. I know for a fact there are a lot of people who, for whatever the reason, a lot of people got shut out of the Dead shows. A lot of people can't get tickets. The price points are too high. Whatever the reasons, if you are looking for like another kind of musical event to go attend this weekend, definitely go check the Peaches out. So on that note, Jeff, let's talk about the gig. Where's the gig? Which day is the gig? What time? All the particulars. Lay it on me.
So it's at Rancho Nicasio, which is in Nicasio. It's a pretty cool venue. It's the barbecue on the lawn, which is outside. We're gonna be setting up outside, playing kind of front of a barbecue. The show starts at 4. Doors open a lot earlier than that. So come on out, get great food. We're gonna play for a couple hours. You know, in a lot of respects, you probably could hit our show and probably might make it to Golden Gate Park at the same time. Although traffic might be a little crazy, but it's early enough where, hey, you know, if you do have to work the next day and you didn't want to hit the Dead show on Sunday, maybe some people are only going to Friday and Saturday. Yeah, come on out. Again, 4 p.m. at Rancho Nicasio.
Hey, that's awesome. And by the way, speaking of, Tony was talking about my cross to bear. I've been meaning to ask you this, Jeff, for a while. Since I got you right where I want you right now, here it comes. So I've been a part of a bunch of Freestone Peaches show. I've been in the audience for a bunch of Freestone Peaches shows. I've never seen you. Now, I'm not saying you don't play it. So this is a question. Do you guys play from the Phil Maurice record? I love it's like a 19-minute version, but the song You Don't Love Me. Do you guys ever play that?
We do. In fact, that's funny you mentioned that. We were kind of chatting through, and I mistakenly, because it's not my cross to bear. Don't want you no more goes in. I mistakenly put You Don't Love Me into that, and they said, which one are you meaning? And we kind of started texting back and forth going, we really need to play that more often. You Don't Love Me is another really great blues, because in the middle of it, there's like these massive dual wailing guitar solos. The band kind of drops out, but throws these cool little curveballs while the solos are going. It's a really, really fun tune. So we've been kind of chatting about that song recently. Kind of funny. Again, this is the Particles. I mean, it's amazing how people start thinking of the same stuff, and here it comes back around, because we were just texting about that song in the same thread. We were talking about It's Not My Cross to Bear. So very, very cool that you bring that up.
Hey, Jeff, I have a question for you, and I apologize to put you on the spot, but you're a creative dude. You think on the fly. You think on your toes. I'm watching you freaking fly on that fretboard. I'm not worried about your answer here. If you were to go into the Giants clubhouse right now, what song? The Peaches. Let's say the Peaches. Like, hey, Bo Mel calls you and says, "I need you guys to come to the clubhouse tomorrow. I need you before we get on the flight. I need you." What song would you play for the vibe, right? The current vibe in the Giants clubhouse. Could you think of a song that right now you'd be like, okay, we're going to play this right now for the Giants in their current situation?
Stormy Monday. I mean,
I was going to say the same thing, bro. Hey, dude, because Jeff, Tuesday's just as bad. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. Monday, Tuesday, it all sucks. Yeah.
Every single day I watch the Giants, it's just horrible. It's just so Stormy Monday would do what I would do. Let's enjoy the blues. Let's commiserate. Let's be miserable, and let's start winning for goddamn sake. I mean, so yeah, Stormy Monday. Let's rock that and then move on.
Hey, you know what, Jeff? You would get a kick out of this, man. Back in the day when Jake Peavy was still a San Francisco Giant, and I cannot overstate how great of a guy he is. He would love your band, bro. I gotta get Peavy to a Peaches gig when it's but he works for MLB Network. I know he also works with the Padres. So he's got a very busy schedule, but I know for a fact he would love your band. And I think you'll appreciate this, Jeff. So when in the Giants clubhouse, the starting pitcher of whichever day it is, that's the person who gets to choose the playlist of songs before the game.
Yep.
So, dude, when I would walk into the Giant clubhouse on days when Peavy was pitching, it was all Grateful Dead. I mean, and I'm talking like good songs too. Like you would hear Fire on the Mountain, you would hear Estimated Profit, Eyes of the World, and that was all Peavy, dude. It was so surreal to stand in a major league clubhouse when probably 90% of the players don't know any of the music, and Peavy's just pumping the Grateful Dead at a high volume. That was such a great experience, man, having a Deadhead on the squad like that.
I heard that was the case. That's really awesome. And I think, didn't his walk-up song, didn't he do Fire in the Mountain at one point? Or I'm not
he
sure
did. Yes, he did. He did. And he would warm up to that. That was his warm-up music. Yeah.
There was a ball, I think, and I think I had it around here somewhere. I think that had the fire on it. I think it had, at least was a tribute to some of the Fire in the Mountain list of the pitch. But hey, I also want to give another shout out to your guy, Don Peralta, and all the graphics that he does for your show. I think that's really incredible. And part of that is because I also want to give a shout out to our graphic artist, which is Mike Berry, also one of our guitar players. Go to freestonepeaches.com and check out the posters. They're absolutely unreal. We try to take the spirit of the almond posters with the mushrooms. We actually developed our logo with the almond font. So there's just some really, there you go. Some really just amazing artwork. So thanks, Mike, for all your artwork and all the things that you do for the band musically, but artwork is really amazing. So
hey, Jeff, you're telling me that all of the Peaches artwork in your posters, that's done by Michael Berry?
That's correct. Yes.
Dude, I didn't know that. That's incredible. That's what a talented guy. And he's a phenomenal guitar player, too. There are nights when he just jumps off, dude. Remember the night I saw you guys play the acoustic show out in Orinda at Stack's house, that private party? That gig in particular, Michael Berry really jumped out at me. I thought his playing was exceptional in that gig. But anyway, I did not know he designed all the art. That's amazing, bro.
We do all our own stuff from the smallest things all the way up to the biggest things, like contracts and businesses and everything. We're kind of a self-contained unit, which is really cool and saves us a lot of money in that respect. So,
by the way, tell Michael I want to take a nibble off that tall one on the far left. I do. That tall one is calling my name. Yeah.
When you mentioned acoustic shows, we just did a run of acoustic shows. We didn't really market because the place we sold out fairly quick. We did the Treehouse down in Los Gatos and then fourth floor up at Orinda. Had some great times. It was fun for us to dust off the acoustics and play that. This music is hard enough as it is, but to try to do it on acoustics is incredible. Both Mike and Ned just ripped that stuff up. I really can't believe those guys can do some of those riffs on acoustic. But we try to change the way we approach the music. And we were actually talking about potentially throwing an acoustic tweener like they used to do in the 90s. The Almonds did for a while. They kind of came out and in the middle of 2 electric sets, they did like 6 or 7 acoustics. We're thinking about doing that on Sunday, so you might see some good acoustics.
Oh, that's awesome. No, you guys play it really well acoustically, man. You guys are really good at that. Hey, Jeff, I also want to get one Warriors question in for you before
Yeah, me too. Go, man.
I know Jeff is a monster Warrior fan. Like I said, we caught a game together a couple of months ago. We're all disappointed how the season ended, but here's my question, Jeff. Where are you on the whole Kuminga thing? Like, are you saying we got to keep him and pay him, or do you think it's time to deal him and get something back? Like, and it's a real kind of dividing line with the Warrior fans. Like, you're either in on this guy or you're out and you want him gone. Like, where are you with the whole Kuminga thing?
That's a great question. I'm kind of split on it. In some respects, it depends on some of the auxiliary players they get, because he seemed to do really well with some and not on others. There were runs where he was kind of benched because he couldn't really handle playing, with the lineup they had towards the end. And so I don't know. I'm kind of at the point where it might be time to deal him and get him some other players. I mean, it just seems like that's time. But I'm worried. Curry doesn't have much time left, so you kind of want to grab some stars. And in that respect, again, is he going to be able to handle that with those others? I don't know. It just seemed like he wasn't able to step up in those moments. But I don't know. I like him a lot. He's amazing when he's amazing. When he sort of has that mentality of, downhill and I'm going to the hoop, there's no one better and no one can stop him. He's one of the few players that can score. If he wants to score, he's scoring. But he rarely gets that kind of mentality. At least I didn't see it most of last year. So maybe that's where it's time.
Also, Jeff, man, his athleticism is incredible. But there's more to that than just being athletic on the basketball court. I want to get your take on, because I'm sick of seeing a lot of Kerr bashing lately on social media. Kendrick Perkins just went off on him. We have another former colleague who's been makes a career out of seeming to just go after him, and it's like I will never take Steve Kerr for granted. What's your take on Steve Kerr? How do you feel about Steve Kerr? Because I'm tired of the Kerr bashing. Do you agree with that, or do you feel like it's kind of, I don't know, deserved?
I love Steve Kerr. I mean,
yeah, me too.
History proves itself. I mean, it's hard to argue with what his success has been. I mean, it's a little challenging of an answer because as time goes on, voices can get muted and it's harder to rally people who've heard you all the time and they have championships. I mean, what else can we come? I mean, I get the reasoning behind potentially a new voice, but boy, he really hasn't shown like he's waning at all. So I don't really see the need to do that. We got other issues, I think, and bigger issues to deal with besides dealing with that kind of change and a bunch of other stars and having Curry trying to deal with that and fit in. And I just think that's a little bit too tall of a change for me at this particular stage.
I'm with you 1,000,000%. And I would also submit this. I would be willing to bet a very large sum of money that Steph Curry does not in any way, shape, or form want to be coached by anybody else at this point. I think he wants to end with Steve Kerr at his side. I mean, it's a team. It's the two of them. And yeah.
On that point, man, having to juggle like a guy like KD, a guy like Draymond, and Steph Curry and Clay all in the same lineup, the same roster. Dude, come on, man. Like, you got to tip your cap to Steve Kerr for just managing. And I'm not saying that Steph Curry has a big ego, but he still has an ego. They all have egos. But then you have the Draymond and KD egos. It's like, dude, come on.
That's a great call. Yeah.
I'm tired of the Kerr bashing. So this is a pro Kerr zone.
Yes,
Yeah.
this
I love it.
This is a
I
Steve
kind
Kerr.
of figured that was going to be the case, but it's good to hear y'all.
Oh yeah, no, we have established a very like pro Steve Kerr environment here on the show. I like the I like the 4 championships. I like the gold medals. I like the pedigree. Let's keep that going. Hey Jeff, we're gonna let you go, brother, but let's get one last plug in for that gig this weekend. One more time. Shout out the particulars.
Sounds good. Yep, 4 p.m. at Rancho Nicasio. We're doing barbecue on the lawn. Come out early, enjoy great food, great music. We're going to do an extended show. We're going to try to grab a couple good sets, a couple electrics, and we'll probably do an acoustic tweener. So it should be good. Got to shout out to the other guys in the band, Paul Verstegen, Ray Hawk, Mark Corsellini. Talked about Mike Berry, Ned Patches, the other guitar player, Jefferson Berge on vocals. Really love those guys. It's such a pleasure to play with them. We're really excited for the show this Sunday. Other than the fact that it's a long drive for me now, everywhere is a long drive for me. Love my house and love the fishing, but it's a long drive for everything. So,
well, hey, dude, have a great gig. And you're right. Shout out to Ned and Paul, all those guys. They're all, I got to say this, man, just being in a band with that many musicians and having like zero ego ever affect anything is pretty impressive. It's a very good group of guys. I look forward to jumping back in there with you guys soon too, Jeff. Have a great show on Sunday and we'll chat soon, my friend.
Sounds great. Thanks for having me, guys. Cheers.
You got it. Be cool, Jeff. Good to see you, brother. Jeff Faust, everybody. Freestone Peaches. Yeah, it's a great time out. Tony, you can speak to it, dude. Seeing the Peaches is just even if you think like, well, I only know a couple of Allman Brothers songs, doesn't matter. Trust me, doesn't matter. These guys are so freaking good. And I can tell you again, that music, that is extremely challenging music to play. And those guys crush it. They crush it.
So I got to say, Paulie, the balls on the Freestone Peaches to take that on. Because the first time I saw them, I went in with zero expectations. I'm like, okay, this is going to be cool. And I was floored because I feel like the same way when people decide to cover Pink Floyd, if you're going to cover Pink Floyd, you better freaking nail it because they have some of the most loyal, devoted fans that know their music every note for note. And I feel it's the same with the Allman Brothers, man. I feel like they have such a devoted following that knows their music note for note. And if you're going to embark on that endeavor of covering their music, you better nail it. And not only do they nail it, but they bring, like Jeff was talking about it, they bring such a great energy to the show. It makes me feel it every time I've seen them. It sends me into an Allman Brothers rabbit hole that I'm not getting out of anytime soon, man. So I really just, on that note, Paulie, they crush their shows. They're incredible musicians and their vibe, like they play together so well. They're having so much fun. It's such an infectious vibe they have on stage. So if you can't check them out this Sunday, check them out. Go to freestonepeaches.com and check out when the next gig happens because it's worth it. And then, Paulie, you're going to be on stage with them in October, correct?
I look forward to that. Yeah. I'll jump in with them at the Sweetwater show coming up in October. We'll talk about that a lot on the show. We'll probably get these guys back on. By the way, I just saw Michael Berry go flying by on the comments line. Good to see you, Michael. Dude, Tony, I had no idea. Michael is the guy who does all the Dickie Betts stuff, and Ned does all of the Dwayne Allman assignments, which are both like massive undertakings. But I got to say, I had no idea that Michael did all the art. Mike, my props, dude. Your stuff is freaking great, man. I didn't know you were making all that art. Good for you, man.
Hey, Dave, one more time. Let's just show it one more time because he did the flyer for this. That's on the homepage of their website right now. That's Michael Berry's work right there.
Nice.
And like you said, actually, you know what, Paul? You want the big one? I want the little guy. I like the little guys.
Hey, well, those little guys, you got to watch out for the little guys, dude. Sometimes you see an innocent little guy, you're like, oh, what's that going to do? The next thing you know, dude, you're climbing trees. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, come down from there. But yeah, no, the little guys will get you. They'll get you. Yeah.
The best move I like to put a stem behind my ear like a pencil, and then just kind of like during the show, just kick it, grab it, nibble, put it back. Nibble, put it back.
This has got to be the only Bay Area sports talk show where we're just openly talking about shroom consumption, stems behind the ear. You're only getting that on the PMP show, folks. I hope you enjoy that. And don't try this at home, by the way. I'm a professional. Believe me, I'm a pro.
Paulie, it goes back to the mantra. You can always eat more. You can never eat less. So nibble, nibble, nibble.
That's the thing. And like Bonnie said earlier in the show, if you get confused, listen to the music play. That'll help you out. All right, Creative Tony, let's do this. Now, we are under what I will call like a military restriction, if I could, with the timing of the show. It is like a military exercise. Tony, back me up on this and help me out. I got to say, we are under it. I'm not kidding, kids. We're under instruction to tighten the show.
No, it's not that. I got to end the show because I got to rewatch all 3 losses to the Pirates. So I got to end the show.
Yeah.
I have to rewatch all 3 of them.
Here's the truth. I want you guys to absorb this because, and I'm sorry that we've had to delay this for so long, but the truth of the matter is Tony and I are involved in something that's happening like kind of in a parallel way along with the Polymac Particle Show. We are not at liberty to announce this yet, but we cleared another major hurdle today. Tony and I we took a big step forward today with this thing. So just know that in about, what's it going to be, about a month from now, I think, Tony, we can make the announcement formally.
Less than like 3 weeks. Less than 3 weeks, actually. Less than 3 weeks. We'll be able to, yes.
And it's all going to make sense. It's all going to make sense. But in accordance with the secondary thing we have happening, which is going to benefit all of us, you'll see it. This is going to be a very good thing for us. We are under like tight instructions to not let the show ramble too long. So with that in mind, we're going to do like kind of an economical show tonight. But before anybody goes anywhere, Tony, get that info up there about the 826 game about the Cubs, the PMP night out at Oracle Park.
Well, first of all, yeah. So basically, August 26th against the Cubs, we're going to take over section 204, the club level section 204, $45 a ticket. And you can do it Venmo, PayPal, and Dom, if Dom can share it in the chat, Dom Peralta, feel free to share it on the chat. I will also grab it in a second here from our YouTube page, but it is in the bio of our YouTube page. If you go to @PolymaxParticles on YouTube, the link to purchase tickets is there. So we want this to be a PMP Familia hangout at the Giants game, August 26th versus the Cubs, 6:45 p.m. first pitch. And we also want to do a pregame Longbridge Pizza hangout. So we're going to, with Los D. This is all because of our man Los D and Carlos De La Fuente and Flex Funding. So he's the one this is his idea. He spawned this. He wants to get the people together. He wants to do he wanted first to start with lunch with Los, but now we're doing baseball with Los. We're doing America's pastime with Los. So I'll get the link up here in a second, Paulie. But again, 6:45 p.m. Giants versus Cubs. It's $45 for the club level ticket. I think we have 40 or 45 tickets available between that number, maybe 41. Did Dom say? Anyways, let's pack the place. Let's have a great night at Giants versus Cubs. And I mean, I don't know. Maybe we're rooting for the Cubs that night. I don't know. But,
we might be by that point. It might be. And just so you guys know, we'll all be in the same section. It's going to be easy for everybody to hang out and mix and mingle. And I'll make sure that I get to shake everybody's hand this time. That was tough at the Metallica show, given that we were kind of all over the place. But this is a chance for us all to get together. Noemi, you coined the phrase, dude, the PMP Familia. The PMP Familia will be out in full flight on 8/26. Tony, can you show the Okay. Just so you guys know what to be looking for. Tony's going to bring that up.
So if you go to Polymax Particles on YouTube and go to the bio, click on more, you can see this right here, the Polymax Particles merchandise. It's a merch order form, and there it is right there. If you click on the Giants versus Cubs, if you can see that, Paulie? The Cubs versus Giants, and you click on that, and that is the order form, and you can say how many you would like to order. And this is also, it's a Harry Potter night as well. For any of you Potterheads, you can, you can also select to get a t-shirt that they're giving away that night.
By the way, Tony, am I allowed to riff real quick? Am I allowed to do an anti-Harry Potter riff? I don't want to turn the whole crowd against me. I don't know how everybody feels, but I'm not out here casting spells or anything like that. I don't have the wizard book and the trees and demons and little elves and stuff like that. But I have a question. Can I purchase or access some of these what do they call it, the Hogwarts, whatever it is.
Hogwarts,
yeah, Hogwarts, you know what I'm saying? Can I access some of the recipes at Hogwarts and maybe make the entire Harry Potter thing disappear? You know what I mean? Maybe that's my magic trick. I make the whole thing. I'm kidding, you guys. Don't attack me. Yeah, I'm neutral. You know what I mean, Scarlet Fire? You're neutral on Potter? I don't know. Ray Goodman's like saying, yeah, go, Paulie, go. Here's the truth. When my kids were little, they'd be coming at me like on a Saturday. Dad, let's watch Harry Potter. I'm like, you guys, man, I've only been asleep for 2 hours. You're killing me. And they're talking Hogwarts and spells and shit. I'm going, you guys,
I'm guilty. Last Christmas break, we watched all of them. Like we just said, you know what? We're not going anywhere. We're watching all of them. We watched all of them. And the kids dug it, and I'm like, okay, I get it. Dumbledore and
dude, Dumbledore, bro, Dumbledore. Yeah,
I can't remember the villain's name though. I can't remember.
You're better off not knowing. You're better off not knowing.
Voldemort. Voldemort was the villain. So
I can't help you. I don't know.
He gave bald guys a bad name, man. He scared my kids from bald people. I'm like, Voldemort's killing me right now because he's a bald guy, and my kids are all of a sudden scared of bald people. I'm like, no. That's make believe, man.
You know what I mean? Hey, but here we go, dude. Escobar coming. Oh, Escobar. Escobar's representing. I don't even know how to pronounce that, Tony. What's this person's name? This character.
This is Team Slytherin. Those are the D bags of Hogwarts or Team Slytherin.
I like Escobar. Come at me. Come get some. You know what I mean? Come at me. You don't want to back Harry Potter. I freaking love Escobar, man. Come at me. All right, Tony. Thank you for the ball game info. That's awesome. So hope to see you guys there. Purchase your tickets. Hire Kerr to manage the Giants. Maybe, dude. I think it might have been Sons of Johnny Lee who posted this today. What's up, Sons? I think I saw him go flying by a couple of minutes.
I got to give an update on Sons real quick too. Sons just letting dude. Sons again. Whatever Sons does is varsity. I call him varsity.
He's a gangster. No, he's a world traveling gangster. There's no question.
Listen to his weekend coming up, Paulie. He's doing Dead and Company this Friday.
Nice. I hope to see you there, Sons. I hope to run into you, man.
Actually, you guys should connect offline. And then he's going to Giants at Mets in New York via Finity's game bus for Saturday and Sunday. I just got to give a golf clap, tip of the cap.
He's you know, and it wouldn't surprise me if somehow he runs into a Pearl Jam gig that's not even scheduled. You know what I mean? Like he'll stumble into like some bar. Oh, look, Pearl Jam's playing. No, Sons is the best. But he also said that this was on Twitter earlier today. I'm pretty sure this was you, Sons, who posted this. Hey, the Melvin thing doesn't look like it's working out. Bochy's deal is up in Texas at the end of this year. I'm just throwing it out there. I would love it, but my gut is I don't think he would come back. You usually can't go back for a second tour and make it as good, especially when you're trying to answer to 3 World Series. Like it would be impossible to. I think kind of match that. I don't. So I love the idea, Tony, but I don't think it would happen.
You know what? Bring Bochy to sit right next to Posey in that freaking front office table. And that's what you do with Bochy. You bring him into the front office and say, "Hey, well, Buster, why don't we make some deals?" And dude, by the way, did you see Bochy starting a ruckus against the Angels yesterday?
I did not actually. I wish I saw this. No,
great, Paulie. After the show, Google Angels, Rangers, benches clear. Bochy's barking. The Angels are barking. Benches clear. It was vintage Bochy, dude. Seriously. And I was like, you get him, Boch. And I'm not a big Rangers guy, but because Bochy's there, I root for the Rangers. I'll always root for anything.
How about the fact that Bochy is kind of pushed out by these tech nerd geek types with their analytics and everything because they have all the answers. No, they don't. But anyway, they were Bochy's methods are outdated. Guess what he does? He goes down to Texas, wins another freaking World Series. How gangster is that, dude? You talk gang. I've been saying this for years. Bruce Bochy, along with Joe Montana, the king of San Francisco, in my mind. When they make a Bruce Bochy statue, I'll go place a crown right on top of that thing because Bruce Bochy is the king in my book, and he will always remain as such.
I'll tell you right now, Paulie, because the discussion is in the house, in the Ryan household right now, is when are we getting a dog? The kids really want a dog. And I'll tell you right now, if and when we get a dog, the short list of possible dog names, Bochy will be on that list. Just my dog could be named Bochy, and I would love it if I'm yelling down there, Bochy, get over here, Bochy.
Or just a late night snuggle. Hey, Boch, come here, Boch. You know what I mean? Come on, Boch. Climb up on Daddy's chest. You know what I mean? If it's a little dog, if it's like a big golden retriever, that ain't gonna happen. All right, Tony. I don't know about Bochy, but I just throwing that out there because I saw Sons posted that today. And the greatest one quote of Bruce Bochy before we move on, and that is when Murph and I walked into the freaking clubhouse. I know I've said this before, but this just tells you who this guy is. Game 7, 2014 World Series, clubhouse parties going crazy, dude. Peavy had all like his hillbilly cousins up, dude. They were blasting Sturgill Simpson. They're pouring beers on their heads. I hung out with Joe Panic, Sergio Romo. And then we were like, Murph and I were like, dude, we got to find Bochy. And it was chaos in there, dude. I can show pictures. I should share those at some point.
You really
really good pictures from that clubhouse celebration. But at one point, Murph and I decided we got to go find Bruce. And somebody goes, yeah, he's in the manager's office. He's over there. So, dude, we walk in there. They had just won their 3rd World Series. Bochy's sitting behind his desk. He sees us, and we're nobody, dude. We're nobody. But we've known Bruce a long time, dude. He sees us. He gets up out of his chair, throws a hand on each of our shoulders, and he goes, hey, guys, thanks for coming. Dude, thanks for coming. You know what I mean? I was like, Bruce, thank you for winning your 3rd World Series in 6 years. Anyway, that's Bruce Bochy, man. One of the greatest professional sports people I've ever met.
Paul, if you don't mind,
If you need a beer, grab a beer.
100%.
can I get a reprise?
If you need a beer, grab a beer.
I mean,
Hey. Oh, there's Sons right there. All right, Sons. Hey, have a great trip to New York, man. I wish I could do that with you, but I got the Dead shows happening here, so I got to be. I'm going to participate in that. By the way, I see another name flying by tonight named Bruce. Bruce, good to see you, Bruce. Bruce has been dropping some funny riffs, dude. I saw something he wrote a few minutes ago. It really made me laugh. Bruce, you're a funny guy, and I appreciate you hanging out tonight. All right, Tony. Last couple of items here. Do we want to? I'm going to let you make the call. How do you want to wrap tonight? What's our final home stretch here?
We got to give our sponsorships, and then I have to honor Patty's request in honor of Rags. We have to close the show with a certain lady who likes to talk about and sing about biscuits.
Bring it to me.
You want Biscuit Lady first? I want
biscuits first. I need biscuits first. This is for you, Rags. Yeah.
Let me share the screen, and I just sit back and enjoy. Just sit back. Let me just can you see that, Paulie? You got that?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.
There is something there, man. I feel you, Rags.
Taste the honey sauce.
Yeah.
The goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce. Don't get that honey sauce on me. I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings.
Yeah. No, let it go, bro. What are you doing? Let this roll. Let this roll. Look at the look on her face. We're playing between lines. Yeah.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.
Hey, by the way, that's their manager. That's their road manager walking through the gig in the clothing store with some.
You know what I mean, where are they playing? Like at Walmart or something? Like what kind of like the men's department? Like what is this?
That's why Rags sent me. There is a 1 hour long film on the Biscuit Lady and her husband Vincent, who writes the music.
Vincent.
If you watch the movie, it explains like how they do little mini tours, man, and they'll play anywhere that they can get, a gig.
Taste the butter spread. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the butter spread.
She's confident, man. She's confident. Yeah, look at my guy.
Butter spread all on me. I don't like the way it mixes with my mac and cheese.
That is signed, bro.
When you're at KFC, you got that special sauce to stir my curiosity.
Okay. My curiosity. And by the way, shout out to her gestures between lines, like she's getting the hands going and shit. She's like, I don't like the honey sauce. Like reaching out. Yeah.
Well, hold on. Can we just give a little bit of Vincent solo? Just
Hell
a little
yeah,
bit.
bro. Hell yeah. I gotta say, so back in I'm gonna tie this video into a Freestone Peaches kind of combo riff here. So back the night that Jeff Faust, yes, I'm glad you're still here. Okay, good. I see Jeff on there. So famously, the night that the Grateful Dead closed down the Winterland in San Francisco, like they were the final show there. Blues Brothers opened, by the way. But before the Blues Brothers played, Bill Graham, dude, cheers to Bill Graham, always. The guy was such a badass. The first thing he did that night was he had a giant movie screen behind the stage, and he showed Animal House to the entire Winterland ballroom before the Blues Brothers played, and then the Dead. I feel like the Freestone Peaches might want to drop down a projection screen and show this before their gig, and then you got to show Paul, the keyboard player, this cat. Give me a couple more licks from this dude. Give me a couple more licks. Yeah.
Also, you got to shout out Michael Berry from the Freestone Peaches. He's in the chat and he says you got to love that Casio tone.
Totally, that's what I'm saying. You got to get Paul to use that like in the middle of like a Jessica jam. It's just such a horrible tone. It's like a Casio. Yeah. Oh my God.
Taste the biscuit.
Yeah. That's it, man. You know what would be great is if I just came walking by, like in the background, like who's got my miracle? Who's got, just like looking for a ticket? Who's got my Friday? I'll give you a Saturday for a Friday. Candlestick Kid is a super T. Give him some love real quick.
Yes, he is, dude.
Yeah,
Candlestick Kid,
back. I don't know if you can go back. That's why that saying exists. You can't go home sometimes. And I don't know, Tony, what would you feel about that? Just top of your head, just anything's possible. Bochy coming back for a second tour? I don't know.
I don't know what he could do right now at this deep into the season, but I do love.
I mean for next year, dude. Next year, not now.
Right, but I do love. I don't know about managerial, man. I think he might be like thinking about calling it, and I think if Buster calls him and says, "Hey, dude, how about you just be my right hand man? You and I are like, there's no. I'm not your boss. You're not my boss. We are equals around this, in this boardroom." And we're going to shake and bake here. And you know what? You can call your shots. You can come into town for a week and go back fishing for another 2 weeks or whatever. I just don't, because I think Bochy's in the twilight of his career. And I feel like, I don't sign him to another deal where he's got to get like rebuild and all that stuff. I don't know if he's into it, but I love Bochy. I love it. And if they brought him back, I'm not against it. So having said that, I'm not against it.
And I feel too like you're making a lot of good points. And plus, I feel like Bochy obviously has accomplished everything there is to accomplish. I mean, he is going straight to the Hall of Fame as soon as he's eligible. He will be in the Hall as a manager. And he's won four World Series. It does not get any better than that. So maybe you're right. A seat next to Buster. I wouldn't be what's that, Tony? Time to go. Okay, good. Thank you. I told Tony. There's a true story before the show. When Tony and I worked together at the Ticket 1050 in the 90s, I would be rambling, as I've been known to do. And I'd be like, the break would come at a certain mark, and I would just blow right through that bad boy. Just keep talking and talking. And Tony would start doing this, which means get out of the segment, wrap it up. Dude, give me another one of those. I need that.
Come on, rap, Polly, rap.
No, but you'd be pissed. You weren't happy. You'd be like, fucking, let's go.
There were times where I would throw my headphones down, and I'm like, Jesus. Come on, I got spots to play.
And plus, the bosses would call and yell at Tony, get him off, get him to the break, get him to the break. And I would just say, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I saw The Dead last night, and I would just keep going. And you're like, come on, man, come on. Anyway, point taken, message received. Okay, some love for, hold on, Don Peralta checks in. Hold on. Paulie Tony, our guy Marky Graves is going off the rails on a gravy train for Oxy Gravy Rule.
I love it. Gravy train. By the way, I owe Marky Graves, and I'll do this every time I miss it. He was a super yesterday, and I missed it. And Marky Graves, my apologies, because you are one of the greatest members of the PMP Familia, and I apologize for missing your super. Dude, we'll make it up to you next program, man. But thank you for all that you do for the show, brother. And dude, wasn't Marky Graves the one who did the original Red Devil Records? Wasn't he the first winner of the Red Devil Records giveaway?
And he gifted it to his daughter Melissa up in Petaluma. But yes, and we'll do another one of those soon. Actually, we have another Red Devil gift certificate in August to give away, so we will. But yes, that was the gravy train right there. Scarlet Fire.
I nominate the Biscuit Lady to be a broad of PMP. She should be on the cover of the calendar, man. Well, maybe not the cover. I think, well, we have plenty of broads to take care of the calendar, but she should be in it for sure.
Okay. And by the way, we did not invent the term broads. I don't want the angry women attacking us. That's we should frown upon that term. Dude, they came up with it themselves. They called themselves the broads of PNP. Have nothing to do with that. All right, by the way, Peralta Arts, the aforementioned Don Peralta Arts and Company. It's where graphic design, illustration, music, and pop culture collide. You've seen the work. You know the man. He is a rock solid talent. And he let him go to work for you. Let him bring your next project to life. Maybe it's a long campaign. Maybe it's a one-time poster for an event. Whatever it is, if you need artwork done, specialty artwork, personalized, this is the guy. Talk to Don Peralta. You can reach out to him and talk about your project at 650-796-3144. You can also email Dom at peraltaartsco@gmail.com. Thank you so much, Dom. You're freaking great, and we love you. Also, Longbridge Pizza, our first of all the sponsors. Neil Denardi, the gangster on 3rd Street, man. 2347 3rd Street, laid back vibe, serious pizza. Neil Denardi, a South City kid. He treats everybody who walks through those doors like a family member, and I know he's going to do the same for you. They call it the Vibe Tribe down there. Yeah, dude, nice.
Is that a great shot or what, man? That's from today. They're down in Santa Cruz today, and that's his son, Joey. And dude, Neil repping the PMP on the roller coaster. in Santa Cruz, man. Just Neil just gets it done. That's what he does.
That's a phenomenal picture, and it brings back a lot of memories. Tony, you remember I used to do that. That was my annual summer trip with my boys. I did that for years. We would go down and have a like a week in Santa Cruz, ride all the rides.
Look at the joy. Look at the joy on their faces, man. It's epic. And then he also sent this too, which is a really killer shot. I got to get this one on the show too. This is his current state, although we're past sunset now. But this is right at sunset.
Nice.
In Santa Cruz, watching the show as the sun goes down. Neil Donardi.
Neil is the freaking best, and he's also an incredibly generous young man, gifting me the Grateful Dead tickets this weekend. Thanks so much for that, Neil, because I actually wasn't planning on going. It was getting to the point where it was getting so late. I'm like, I might miss these shows because my whole crew, most of my crew is not going. And then Neil came in and rectified that. He's like, BS, bro, you are going, and I'm going to make sure of that. So thank you so much, Neil. Join the Vibe Tribe, eat some of that great pizza with the sourdough crust, have a private party, enjoy a ball game. It's a great place to hang out. Wednesday is specialty sandwich day, and they will just take great care of you. Great atmosphere, great food. Thank you, Longbridge Pizza. Creative Tony.
Hey, Paulie, one last thing. I just want to let people know again, tomorrow, starting at 5 o'clock on 3rd Street, just a block away or 2 blocks away from Longbridge Pizza. Longbridge will be at Old Factory with Bring Out Your Dead, and it's basically a pre-party for Dead and Company called Shakedown on 3rd Street. Neil Donardi will be there. Longbridge Pizza will be there. 2245 3rd Street. Tomorrow night, 5 p.m. And look how it says 5 p.m. until late. You got to love how it says 5 p.m. until late. There isn't an ending time. So if you want to get your pre-party on, go see Neil tomorrow at Old Factory on 3rd Street, Paulie.
Or just do it like Nicolas Cage says, 5 p.m. until the break of dawn, baby. Yeah. Shout out Nicolas Cage, one of San Francisco's finest right there. All right, Creative Tony, give me Professor Diamond David Lee Roth to dismiss the class.
Class dismissed.
Hell yeah, man. Tony, fun show tonight. Great to see you. Enjoy your night with the great Rod Brooks. His family, your family, all coming together. It's kind of like the Avengers up there. You know what I mean? It's like the superheroes of Tahoe getting together, kicking back some beers, hanging out with the fire pit. You enjoy yourself up there. Listen to some good music. Get some rest. I will see all of y'all. Dom, Robot Centaur, Andrew, Michael Berry, Monica Lopez, Noemi, all of y'all. You know how it is. It's a big family here. Patty from Napa, great to see you. Kisses for Rod Brooks. Go give Rod a big kiss for us. And then, Tony, last thing, throw a steak on the shovel for me tonight, my man. And I will see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Thanks, everybody, so much for supporting the show, coming by tonight. Always a pleasure. And, Tony, we'll see you all tomorrow, 11 a.m. Peace, y'all. Have a great night.
Peace, y'all. 11 a.m. See you then.